and she said, "Yo, why is Brian should have made it?" I'm like, we talking like, "Yo, this guy is nice." And we're like, we listen to other singers. I'm like, Brian can do all this. He's better than. I'm like, why didn't? If that dude can't make it, we ain't making it. Forget it. That's how I look at it. So yeah,
I just want to go back to what I was saying before. This whole idea of making it, not making it. We have the here, we have the now, and we also, God willing, will have what's to come. I don't see it as a closed book. I don't see it as this person who didn't make it. This the man is still sitting here. He's still alive. He's still, and in fact, the Brian of today, I think, is a better vocalist of the Brian of yesterday. And so all those same things that we're saying about the Brian who was, back there in Hunter and was like, oh, he told me you should make. That guy, to some degree, is gone, and this new guy is here, and he's dope. And again, I see that there's a future in which all of those experiences, all of the things that have been learned, all those things that he is developing in, all those things will come to play. They will all converge. And this thing that I guess perhaps we've all been waiting for or always thought could, woulda, shoulda, whatever would happen, I believe, I see a day, I see a time when these things come to play. When that is in God's timing. It's in whatever, it's in God's hands. But I don't see it as a foregone conclusion. Like, that's what it was, that's what it could have been, that's done. I see it as we're still here. There's still, the rest is still unwritten. That's the way I see it.
I like it.
I like that too. I agree.
All right, hold up. All right, Brian. Yeah, man, you could give your breakdown to everybody.
Well,
go ahead, brother.
I have to say, I'm so blessed to be here. I understand, in this moment why, the scriptures say, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together
in unity.
In unity. And that is not just words. Sometimes you need things that you don't realize that you need, but God knows you need it, so he positions you to get what you need that you didn't know that you needed. And so I'm sitting here and I'm listening to my brothers and I'm like, Lord, you can go through seasons in your life and there are things that you might see about yourself, that you might believe about yourself, things that you might believe that God has for you. And you really believe these things, but you don't know the wilderness that's just ahead of you. You don't know what you're about to walk into. And the dangerous thing about a wilderness is that in a wilderness, you can forget all that's good, all that you believed was good about you. You can forget in the wilderness. It becomes less about living, it becomes more about survival. And when you're trying to survive, you can be on the losing end of a crisis of identity. And so I'm sitting here, and I'm full, because I'm listening. I'm listening to God use each of you in different ways. Remind me that there's still something underneath all of the dust that's got on me from the wilderness. There's been not pleasant experiences, you know what I'm saying? After college, just not good. You know what I'm saying? I can think of the conversations I've had with Renal and with Stan, more so. But I thank God for this moment. I thank God for this moment, for everything that's been said, because what it means for me is that, there's still things that God placed in you that are still alive and are still good. Because again, you can, I'm telling you, you can literally lose that sense of the value that you carry just because the warfare can be that great. And so I says, that's why, each of you, your words, they mean more to me than I can. I'm telling you, I'm talking about each of you, everything that you said, I'm going to carry it with me because I needed it. I just didn't know. how much I needed to hear what you had to say. I did not realize it. I'm just sitting here like, wow. And then I'm saying, I said, man, I must have really been through something because I forgot all of this. And wow, so much. I'll say, if I can start, I'll say in the case of Stan, if I can start with Stan, I would say contagious confidence. Contagious confidence. And so with the grace that's on Stan's life, there's a lot of people who might be similarly gifted and they lean more so towards arrogance because they're gifted in such a way, right? But the thing about confidence is you see people who are confident and they have a sort of confidence that feeds only themselves. It's a sort of confidence that makes them feel better about themselves. But what makes Stan unique is he has a confidence that makes you believe in you. Oh wow. Not just a confidence that makes him believe in himself.
Yes.
I have data to prove this. I will never forget. And we used to come around the piano rooms. I mean, I would just come through the piano rooms. That was just our habitat, right? I will never forget as long as I live. There was a time I came through, so forth, and Stan came. It was just like any regular other day. I'm thinking about the jam and sing and fellowship, all of the things that we love. But this one particular day, Stan gave me a tape. He said, "Do you know what's on this tape?" I said, "What's on this tape?" And Stan said to me, "Now, this talented, gifted, charismatic, all of the things you know about Stan." He took the time to tell me, "I put together all of these recordings that we took of you while you were singing." And he said, "I wanted to present this to you." And he said, "I want you to know, if I don't make it, if we don't make it, you have to make it." Who does that? Nobody does that. Who takes the time to make somebody else believe in them? That's who Stanley Sylvain continues to be. It's not all about Stan to Stan. As charismatic as he is, you have a confidence that you literally lend out to people. Like you give like straight up confidence shots to people. You know what I'm saying? It's just because you have a lot of people who are gifted. You know what I mean? My story, and I won't go too deep into it. Just churched, highly sheltered my entire life. Just the church sheltered, all of that. And that lends itself to certain strengths, but it also lends itself to certain deficits. And so that's when you have to kind of find your confidence and find your way. And you are one of those people that was just instrumental in, Brian, you've got to believe. Even to this very day, just hearing your words, Brian, you've got to believe. Believe in what it is that God has given you. Believe. Don't assimilate to the wilderness. Don't believe that you're the average, so forth. Don't be sold that lie because you're greater than that. And I'm grateful for those words. I'm grateful. I'm eternally grateful. I'm eternally grateful.
And I believe it.
Yeah. Des, I don't recall you to be one of many words per se to me. But what I appreciate about you is your consistency. Your consistency. There's a standout scenario that I want to make mention of to kind of just prove my point. I had been through something. A couple of, we were in one of the piano rooms yet again, gathered around one of the pianos yet again, but y'all were in there first. So I came knocking up on the door, and y'all let me in. Y'all let me in. I was like, hey, what's going on, so forth and so on. And I must have been going through something. Now, Des, we didn't speak all the time, but I shared something with y'all about some situation I had no business in. But you spoke from an honest place. As a brother, it spoke to your character. It spoke to who you were. Because you didn't really know me like that, and we didn't talk all the time. We weren't having phone conversations. But you broke the silence in response to what I was talking about. And basically was saying, man, just take care of yourself, man. Don't be out here putting yourself out there like that. So forth and so on. And that's who you still are. You're going to speak truth to power. You know what I'm saying? You're going to speak truth to ego. You're going to speak that truth. And brothers need that. We brothers need it. I believe that is one of the greatest things. Besides that super smooth, you know what I'm saying, Milky Way, you know what I'm saying, Jesus touch, that you got, just that's like a superpower. That's a legit superpower. You can't tell me no. Did you hear what I said? You can't tell me no. Dude does not have to rip. He just has to release that joint. Just release it. Just release it. But just in addition to that, in addition to that, man, it's just that willingness to be honest. What the scripture says, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. But yet, the reason that brother is born for a brother, you wouldn't know unless that brother is willing to be honest. The impact of your life cannot be felt unless you're willing to walk in your truth, and you do that, man. And you do that, and I appreciate that about you. Renal, Lord have mercy, man. Bro, I tell you, you know, it's interesting. You are one that that's what comes to mind first. I don't know that I have seen. I don't know that in life I have seen a greater work ethic than I've seen from you. From anyone. Anyone living anywhere, doing anything. I have never seen a greater work ethic. I would intentionally show up at the piano rooms at 9:30 or 12 or whatever the case is. I would go elsewhere and do other things. I would come back 5 hours later and find you in the same spot with the same record. Yo, he would drill it until it became permanently etched in his vocal cords. It was there. You will obey me. You will yield. You will submit. Just next level work ethic. And so when I would watch him work, I honestly would, I never told you this, but the way that you would work, I would feel lazy, bro. I would be like, yo, I have no work ethic at all. Like, step my game up. Yeah, I gotta step my game up. Because for Renal, it wasn't just, it was never about some people, well, most people who are really talented, the way that Renal is, it becomes, I think a lot of cases, you may agree, it becomes more so about the kind of talent that they have, and that's what leads. But actually, in the case of Renal, it's different. It's an inversion of that. With Renal, his work ethic actually bursts through and supersedes even his immense talent. He has a work ethic that's even greater than his talent, and his talent is great. But that work ethic just literally catapults his talent to a whole nother level. But it's on his work ethic carries it.
I wish I had that.
It is incredible, this level of dedication and focus, and that is also contagious. He had a what do you call it? It was an 8-track. It was like an 8-track, I think.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. And it was like, we had done literally just some stacks. I can't even remember what song it was, bro. But it was the first time I was mesmerized by it, because the first time I had even participated in a song being track on track like that. But I remember he was just like, I updated, some of my equipment, and I want to put this equipment in the hands of somebody that's going to I really believe that it's going to actually do something with it. And that was your way of encouraging me and inspiring me and letting me know in a non-verbal way what it is that you believe that I was capable of. And I don't know that I really caught it in that moment, but I want to say over the years, even after moving down here now, after some heavy experiences, I'll call it that, I'm grateful for you ever so often picking up the phone and just calling me and saying, how you doing out here? You all right? You okay? I mean, he would just pick up the phone and be, are you good? Not, I need something, or I need you to come sing. It was not, no. He just really wanted to make sure I was okay.
Amen.
And many of those times he picked up the phone, you could probably attest to the fact that I wasn't okay. You see what I'm saying? It's almost as if, God hooks you up to like a spiritual and emotional life support system. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you don't know who to call or you don't know who to turn to, God will direct you to somebody that has a word in season to give you just enough life to continue to believe and to know that you're not dead, and more than that, to know that you're not forgotten. You know, and so I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your
Yes, sir.
brotherhood. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you continuing to just believe in me and from allowing me for Dez and folks, just allowing me to be a part of your life. You know, Drew, I'm gonna tell you.
Wake up.
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. You have a sort of honesty that only you could get away with, bro.
That's perfect.
Do you follow what I'm saying? Because he's gonna hit you with a truth that you may not want to hear the way that you hear it, but you know it's coming from an honest place. It's coming from a place of concern and genuine love. He ain't trying to hurt you. He ain't trying to cut you down. You've always been like this. I'm talking about from piano room. Drew's gonna look at you. He's gonna tell you, bro, you let yourself go, dog. Like, what are you doing?
It's the truth, though. That's exactly how I
This
am.
you like, what are you doing, man? Come on, you should be doing better. Like, why am I not hearing so forth? And for the average person that really doesn't know Drew, you just gonna be like, why do?
Yeah.
Why you come up for me, man? Why
Yeah.
you? But it's not. But your heart and I'm saying that because I appreciate your honesty.
Thanks, man.
Because that's a ministry, man. Not everybody can keep it real like that.
Yeah.
And maybe they could, but they don't.
Yeah.
Can nobody rightfully accuse you of not telling somebody what it is that you're thinking and being honest? There's nobody that's gonna say Drew lied to me about me. Not gonna happen. No. Drew was like, so you want to know? You want to know what I think? I think you should be a whole lot further ahead than you are. I think you're not dead. I think you need to use the life that you have left to realize your potential. And I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Because sometimes that's exactly what we need to hear. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Andrew was telling you.
Period.
You stink.
Period.
Yeah.
Deodorant is not working.
Bro, why are you stinking? Why?
Your breath stink.
Yo.
Get some gum.
Oh man.
And my wife don't like me doing that, man. She's like, you gotta be so real, man.
Oh, man.
Euphemism is not part of his vocabulary.
And for a man that's holding the camera, Sal, I didn't see you as much, but you would come around. You didn't come around as much. But I just want to thank you also just for being genuine.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing fraudulent, ain't nothing fugazi about you, bro. You are just real. You are just real. And there's a calming about you. There's a grace on your life, man. Hell can be happening around you, but you got a calm that refuses to be interrupted, man. That's God-given, bro. That's God-given. So I appreciate that about you, man. Even your ministry. Just bringing calm, bringing peace. Just, it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? You even have testimonies. Like, if you wrote the book, people really wouldn't even believe that half of what you've even witnessed, things that you've even gone through. If you wrote the book, I hope you write it, bro, because I'll read it. You know what I'm just saying? But if you wrote the book, people be like, you went through all of that. Why? Because you carry yourself in such a way that you would not be able to tell that you've experienced or even seen some of the things that you've been privy to, bro. So I appreciate you as a brother, man. And just for y'all allowing me to be here. You know, part of fellowship.
No doubt, man.
Pause that. Yeah, you want to take the phone so we can get him?